welcome to the last and final episode of this special edition of Talking Insights for International Market Research Day. We made a whole week of celebration talking about how to celebrate market research. In today's theme, we're really going to touch base on sustainability. So we're going to celebrate sustainability and environmental changes through insightful research and impactful research. For that, we're going to dive into one of Esomar's initiatives that we're about to launch, which is called the Esomar Climate Pledge. This pledge, it does represent a significant commitment from the market research community to not just acknowledge, but actively combat climate change through concrete actions. For this, we urge and we encourage companies to sign the Esomar Climate Pledge, and so that companies worldwide commit themselves to a set of 10 reduction actions. These include reducing travel emissions, embracing renewable energy, and adopting sustainable technologies, all within the goal to reach a carbon neutral status by 2030. But it doesn't stop there. The pledge is also part of a broader movement to not only improve our industry's environmental footprint, but also to influence a broader societal change. So we have come up with the Sustainability Library, which is also another pillar of this pledge, which serves as a hub for collecting and sharing research on environmental sustainability. It's really to empower researchers and also organizations worldwide to access and contribute knowledge that will foster a global community of learning and action. Finally, the initiative is about building a movement. Esomar really wants to develop initiatives that come with webinars, resources to encourage collaboration, and also innovation among its members, from C-level executive, but also from young researchers. We want everyone involved. There's a whole climate pledge working group that are coming together to make this a reality. So there's a lot going on. We're going to launch soon. We're going to give you more information soon and invite this working group to come in and talk about this initiative that they have put together that is going to benefit the industry in so many ways. So stay tuned. It's coming your way. We'll give you more information soon. But for now, I'd like to invite my colleague, Xavier Palacio, head of the Government Affairs Professional Standards and Intelligence Unit, to talk about the growing concerns about the industry's carbon footprint, particularly focusing on the significant energy consumption by data servers and increasing complexities and scale of data processing. He's going to highlight the challenges of managing vast amounts of data and the potential for more energy efficient AI models in the future. Zabi, welcome.
Thank you, Gabriela. Thank you so much for this presentation, and as well for explaining a little bit to the audience what Esomar is doing, what the Sustainability Pledge is all about, who is behind. This is all quite interesting and important information. The truth is that we live in a situation, in a period in which concerns about how environmentally friendly our industry is are starting to grow, and there are quite a few reasons why they are starting to grow. It is not only that the sensibility of basically society is growing, their concern is growing. It is also that to some extent the impact of our industry is also growing. It's not only that it is growing, but it's also that there are more and more companies. We all have heard about the democratization of data, right? There are more and more companies that are now capable of producing large amounts of data. And there are, so basically data is multiplying. There are many more companies that are in the game, and there are many more companies that we need to take care of as an association, and many more or an industry that has grown substantially more complex. Something that I like to think about is just how data has multiplied over the years. A few years ago, big data was basically the buzzword of the moment. Everybody was talking about big data. Nowadays, it's a given. We have data scientists. We have a whole set of skills and whole set of professionals that are dealing with very, very large data sets. And data has multiplied. That data needs to live somewhere. That somewhere is usually servers. Those servers usually have backup plans. There are other servers. So basically what we are dealing with is a multiplication of the resources that we need to keep this industry alive. Those servers use plenty of electricity, as we know. But beyond that, they also use plenty of cooling energy. That means that just like we are having problems with, for example, airco and how much the hot air that aircos use inside buildings is being pumped outside and is part of what is warming the planet. So are servers. It is a problem that we probably don't really think about that often, but it will grow as those data sets grow as well. And with this, I also want to highlight another reason why we should care about sustainability and about this pledge, which is not only the growth in data, but also the growth of all those models that process the data. Of course, I'm talking about AI and those models that produce synthetic data and that eventually deal, manage, and analyze that synthetic data and those large models. Of course, AI models are quite complex. And one of the best examples that I can think of is, for example, the large language models, right? The LLMs. These LLMs involve or require an absolutely staggering amount of data to be trained. For example, I think the last version of ChatGPT, if I'm not mistaken, it required billions of data points just to get to a place where they thought it was fit for purpose, for that it could generate the output that they were behind. As these models become more complex, these models will require even more data. They will require even more training. They will require even more. This puts even more pressure on all those servers and on all those models. AI, as of today, is using as much electricity as some small cities, not even small nations. And this is a concern. This electricity, a large portion of it, as of today, is not coming from renewable energies. It's actually still coming from finite resources and from polluting resources. So this is something that we need to be mindful of, and we need to, of course, take care of as well. What is the silver lining? Silver lining is that as much as we can think of this as a game that basically doesn't have an end, it's going to become more complex. We're going to use even more data. We're going to use even more electricity, and the pollution is never going to stop because demand is there. There are also some models that have been proven to be as effective using only a fraction of the data, and that is something that I'm actually particularly curious about, and it is a development that I would really like to see how it goes in the next couple of years. What I'm talking about is a large language model that yields the exact same output as, for example, ChatGPT today, but that requires only a tiny fraction of the data set that ChatGPT would required to train it. Imagine a model that requires, for example, hundreds of thousands of data points instead of billions, and that yields similar results. Of course, this could be easier to do with AI tools that are very specific, but eventually that is what the market will be asking for too. So there are ways in which we can think of how development of our industry does not necessarily contribute to to worsening the state of climate in the world and to pump more pollution into the atmosphere, for example. So these are some promising things that I would like to think of. However, this is not everything the industry does. And for the usual, the usual progress of our industry, we need to be very mindful. Hence, what everything that Gabi has presented. Hence, the sustainability pledge, and that is why we need to still be mindful of it. Still, all work, understanding that there is a future in which we still will need to exist and survive and live, hopefully peacefully, but also comfortably. Thank you so much, and I will return the word to Gabi. Have a great one.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that, Zabi. It's been very insightful from your part to see the other side of this whole AI world and where it's leading us, and also some of the threats behind it, but that there's also a solution. So thank you for that presentation. For now, I would like to leave you all with some more assets and some more information about sustainability and what Esomar is doing. I would also love to leave you with some of our past presentations from our previous congresses so that you have more information to take with you after today's episode. I would also like to offer you all a gift, which is a promo code for our upcoming event in Chicago. We are also going to touch on sustainability. There are a couple of sessions that really do touch on this very important subject. For now, I would like to say goodbye. It's been an amazing week. Thank you for everyone who helped put these interviews together, for all of our guests that came on board our Talking Insights special edition. Make sure to watch the rest if you weren't able to follow what we've done throughout the beginning of the week. It's all on YouTube. We have a whole collection. We're also going to make all of the episodes available on Spotify. So stay tuned, stay with us, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much.